Now at 6, some Integris Health patients receive a demand for money following a cyber attack on the health provider. Plus, the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office has some tips on keeping your Christmas gifts safe from theft, and how one automotive garage in Joplin provides free labor for car repairs to members of the community in need.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Some area hospital patients get an unwelcome holiday season surprise. Some of their private information could be in the hands of a stranger. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Integris Health Facility, which operates a hospital in Miami, Oklahoma, is alerting patients of a cyber attack. Someone has breached the organization's computer files, which include patients' names, addresses, dates of birth, social security numbers, and email addresses. The breach apparently occurred on November 28th. On Christmas Eve, many patients received an email listing the specifics of their personal information. The author asks for a $50 fee to not sell the data on the dark web. Law enforcement officials and Integris ask those who receive an email like that to not respond or click on any links. Instead, they recommend you freeze your accounts with Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. They say that should prohibit someone from opening an account in your name. Though you might be enjoying those new Christmas gifts, the empty packages can send a signal that might open your house up to burglary. Empty boxes left out to be picked up by sanitation workers can give away items of value you might have received. Cherokee County Sheriff's Department says this is an important time to remind residents about the dangers of potential theft.
Anybody that's passing through a neighborhood this week and they see a pile of Amazon boxes or shipping boxes or even direct from the manufacturer sitting outside the curb, they're just displaying that they received a lot of something that's most likely inside that home.
The sheriff recommends breaking down all boxes before disposal and taking photos of your belongings. It'll help police be able to identify them if they are stolen. Kind of chilly, kind of windy out there. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, it was definitely a cool day for us today. Clouds all day long, and we've had some light sprinkles, even a few light little flurries out there. Not a big deal, but those will pick up a little bit for us tonight. 44 in Joplin, 41 in Pittsburgh. We have the clouds, a little warmer along and south of I-44, but dropping into the 30s in our northern counties. And then you add in the wind, you get that wonderful wind chill factor. It feels like 20s and lower 30s, and the winds are going to stay kind of strong as we go through the next couple days. All right, light rain showers. Majority of this is not reaching the ground as of yet. You can see a little bit of snow mixing in, but as we go through the night, we will get some light showers mixed in with a little bit of light snow. It's going to be very scattered tonight, mainly on the Missouri side, but as we get into the morning hours, a few light little snow showers we'll try to rotate through. So of course, we're going to break this all down for you coming up in just a bit.
See you then. Authorities investigate the cause of a fire that destroyed a house in Commerce, Oklahoma. The reports came in shortly after midnight this morning. Authorities treated a female resident for minor injuries. While the cause of the fire is still unknown, they say several small space heaters were in the home. Authorities investigate a fatal crash from Christmas Eve. Troopers say 2 people traveling south on State Route H through Freistatt, Missouri, failed to negotiate a sharp turn, left the road, and hit an abandoned house. The passenger, Mary Smith of DuPont, Illinois, died at the scene. The driver was transported to a hospital in Joplin with moderate injuries. Missouri State Highway Patrol releases its annual post-Christmas traffic report. The MHP says 2 traffic fatalities occurred over the Christmas holiday weekend. The statewide numbers also show a total of 124 traffic crashes, 71 traffic crash injuries, and 81 DWIs. Those numbers show a significant decline from last year's 1,017 traffic crashes, 318 injuries, and 4 deaths. This year there were no traffic fatalities on Christmas Day. Higher Power Garage in Joplin provided more than $50,000 of free labor for car repairs this year. Single parents, low-income families, and individuals are supported by the initiative. More than 300 repairs were done in 2023. They also sold 20 low-cost cars, vehicles that are donated by the community, fixed and then sold for $500.
The loss of transportation be a start of a spiral that can end in homelessness. And so, you know, it's their car breaks down, they can't get to work, they lose their job. That causes them to lose their house or apartment, and it just goes from there.
It's so life-changing because now I can go see my family if I want to in Kansas, and I can take my kids to the park if I want to, or birthday parties, and it's just it's life-changing for me and my kids. And I can go to the grocery store when I want to. That's another thing, is I can go to the grocery store.
Higher Power Garage also offers personal finance and basic automotive maintenance classes. You can find information on how to apply and how to support those programs on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Later in sports, girls basketball gets the spotlight tonight with a handful of local matchups. Brock has a preview in just a few minutes. But first, part art project, part historical preservation and home for some. KOAM's Tanya Bach takes us to Carthage, Missouri for a closer look at Red Oak 2. Just a few miles northeast of Carthage and right off Route 66, you'll find a hidden gem called Red Oak 2. Some call it an art project, others consider it historical preservation, but for the 8 residents who currently live there, it's home. KOAM's Tanya Bach takes us there.
Any time of day, especially on a weekend, I'll just go outside and there might be 20 people just in my yard taking pictures, hanging out, enjoying Route 66, just taking the tour.
Jeremy Morris was traveling Route 66 himself 12 years ago when he met the creator of Red Oak 2, artist Lowell Davis.
And I talked to him on the porch, found out that people actually live here, which surprised me. And I thought if anything ever comes available, I may buy a house here.
Today, Morris lives at Red Oak 2 in a late 19th century home originally built in Carthage. It's dubbed the Parsonage simply because it's next to Davis's working church, where there are music jams on Saturday nights and a service every Sunday. Red Oak 2 is actually a sequel community, about 20 minutes west of the original Red Oak. This cemetery, a church, and a few homes are all that really remains of Red Oak, Missouri, the childhood home of Lowell Davis. It used to be a thriving community along Route 66, but after World War II, its residents moved away, basically becoming a ghost town. A fate Mr. Davis was not willing to accept.
So Lowell decided to, at some point, when he made money off his farm figurines, basically, let's start moving these buildings to my property. I have a whole cornfield that I don't use because I'm not a real farmer, and let's make a farm, let's make a town, and I'll recreate from memory what my town was like, but better.
Memories like growing up in the back of his father's general store and attending school in a one-room schoolhouse and outhouses.
Back here is one of our 12 outhouses. This is where Lowell used to keep all his civic awards.
The current feed and seed store was the first building Davis moved from Red Oak to Red Oak 2 in 1987.
They would cut some of these buildings in half and move them in the middle of the night on the streets. And then some buildings, like the log cabins, were moved log by log, sometimes numbered.
Davis also found and moved a number of historical buildings, including this 1850s Civil War home from White Oak, Missouri, and the Clinging Smith cabin that Davis found in a field in La Russell, Missouri.
This is an 1850s cabin. The original wall, south wall, ended right here, made of hand-hewn logs.
Davis passed away 3 years ago, but before he did, he made Morris and the other residents promise him one thing.
He told me before he passed, he said, keep it art. Doesn't have to be my art, but I want it to be art.
A request to take the baton and continue building Red Oak 2 in the spirit and legacy of Lowell Davis. Reporting along Route 66, Tanya Bach, KOAM News.
The residents of Red Oak 2 are still adding to that community. Tomorrow on KOAM News at 6, learn how the newest arrival was once used to help create Jasper County. We're also going to learn about Red Oak 2's outlaw connection. A little bit later, the Chiefs look for some momentum as the postseason draws near. Brock has details on Kansas City's quest for answers.
And we're going to have some light rain and snow showers out there over the next couple days. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a gloomy Tuesday for us today, but at least over the past couple days, we've gotten some rain in here, much needed rain, and still we're going to get some light showers out there for us tonight. Here's a nice shot. Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex building. This is downtown, so we're looking off toward the north and to the east from about 7th and Joplin Street in downtown Joplin. All right, look at the light showers pushing through. Now, our lower levels of our atmosphere are dry, so we really haven't seen much of this reaching the ground except just a few little sprinkles. But the farther north you travel, that atmosphere is a little bit more saturated, so we are actually seeing it. But this band rotating through will up our humidity, and then anything after that, we'll start to get some light sprinkles. Now, once you get up toward Fort Scott, getting a little rain-snow mix, off toward the west, Iola and Yates Center, some light little flurries, and most likely a few showers once you get over toward Nevada. Everybody else, it's not really reaching the ground, but you can see this storm system. Look at this. So here's our upper level low. You can follow it all the way back around through the Great Lakes, all the way down to Jacksonville. So this storm system is covering a lot of real estate. Big upper level low. It's not really going to move much over the next couple days, so it will continue to keep us cool, and also some on and off showers as we go through the next couple days. All right, look at our relative humidity, 86, 91, 87 in Fort Scott, even into the 60s. So these are the areas that are getting showers on the ground. Farther south, anything under 50%. You're staying dry right now, but that will start to bump up later on tonight. 30s to lower 40s across the region. Let's go outside. Here's 7th. Here's range line. Southerly winds, 16. It's been breezy today, so that makes it feel colder than what it actually is. And the winds are going to continue to stay breezy-ish as we go through the next couple days. We'll have south winds, kind of 10 to 15, 10 to 20, switching around toward the northwest. But it gives us wind chill factors. It feels like 26 in Fort Scott, 28 in Yates Center, 37 in Neosho. Through the rest of the evening, on and off light showers as we drop back into the 30s for overnight lows. And now let's go through time. So here's 9 p.m., showers in southwestern Missouri, and then just very hit and miss little bands of flurries pretty much the rest of tonight. As we get to 6 a.m., some light snow showers kind of pop up again and rotate through. So you can see Fort Scott, Nevada, down I-49. Not very heavy, but we are going to get some bursts of light snow. Bursts of light snow continue, mainly on the Missouri side. Here's 2 p.m. tomorrow into tomorrow evening, and then just some random flurries tomorrow night. But if you get 1 or 2 of these quick little squalls, we could pick up a 1/4 of an inch of snow, but mainly on the grassy surfaces. So on and off light showers for us tomorrow. If there were any accumulations, we're going to go all the way until like tomorrow night. Very light, a dusting or a trace, upwards to about a 1/2 inch. So not a big deal, but makes it feel a little bit more holiday-ish outside. 37 tomorrow, 40 on Thursday, 42 on Friday, some morning snow showers. We get some sunshine Saturday. New Year's Eve, we could get a few random showers. It stays chilly, but very seasonable for this time of the year. We should be in the 30s and 40s for highs.
Yeah, not a bad start temperature-wise to the new year.
No, not at all.
Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, the Kansas Jayhawks football team prepares for the Guaranteed Rate Bowl tonight. And an NEO women's basketball player announces her commitment to play at the next level. Brock Baldridge has those stories and more next.
Well, tonight, a former Joplin Eagle and current NEO women's basketball player announces that she's going to make the jump from junior college basketball to the MIAA. Ella Hafer is a member of the NEO women's basketball team. She announced on her social media pages that she will commit to play at Rogers State next season. You might remember Hafer playing high school basketball with the Joplin Lady Eagles. Hafer started 19 of the 27 games she played with NEO last season. And in her career with the Lady Norse, she averaged 8.4 points per game. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs are coming off of a 20-14 loss to the Las Vegas Raiders on Christmas Day. It seemed like nothing was going right for the Chiefs on Monday afternoon. The Chiefs lost to the Raiders. Well, maybe the most impressive stat from that game was that the Raiders did not complete a pass in the entire second half. But despite that, the Chiefs had 2 crucial turnovers that resulted in 14 easy points for Las Vegas. With only 2 games left remaining in the regular season, the Chiefs need to win 1 of their next 2 games in order to clinch a spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think just the mistakes offensively. I thought defense played a good game. Just 2 mistakes that gave them 2 touchdowns there down when you're backed up in their red zone. So you just can't do that, especially when defense is playing like they're playing. So I just got to be better in that sense and not making those mistakes and try to find a way to play the game in the best way to win it.
Again, we're on a short week here, so we're going to get everybody back in, give them a day off and get everybody back in and get ready for Cincinnati. But I take full responsibility for that, for the way we played.
The Kansas Jayhawks are making their final preparations as they've earned a trip to a bowl game for the 2nd year in a row. The Jayhawks are playing the Guaranteed Rate Bowl tonight in Phoenix, Arizona. Now KU faces the UNLV Running Rebels, so if KU wins tonight, it'll be the 6th time ever in program history that the Jayhawks will finish with 9 wins in the season. So we'll have a final score update for you with that game tonight at 10. In the NBA tonight, the Oklahoma City Thunder looking to bounce back after their loss to the Lakers. Schedule doesn't get any easier as the Thunder host the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight, who are currently the top-seeded team in the Western Conference. Minnesota OKC tip-off tonight, 7 p.m. We'll have a final score update from that game tonight at 10. Well, Dow, the Kansas City Chiefs, I mean, where do you start?
Yeah, I know. You know, we Chiefs fans have become accustomed to winning over the years. We kind of take it for granted that they're not only going to make the playoffs, but win the AFC West. And this year, neither of those is guaranteed yet.
I mean, it feels like it's kind of the older days.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to have more tips on how you can protect your new Christmas gifts, keep them safe from thieves. Plus, we're going to take a look back at the top health stories of the past year and how winter weather caused some issues today for people trying to return home from the holidays. Those stories, a lot more, is coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Happy Snappy Art and Paint parties in Fort Scott did what they do best today. They threw a party, a happy snappy one, I'm guessing. The party place kicked off its annual winter art camp for a few of its closest young friends. Kids attending the camp will get a chance to create clay and sculpture art and learn techniques such as firing and glazing. Camp organizers hope kids get a balance of learning and fun.
Learn to be creative, and one of the things is in our art we have very few rules. You know, we have a few, just like we were talking about mixing the colors. If you do this, you're going to get this, and to use those rules to get our the result that we want, but to be creative. Story about them.
Kids attending the camp will get to take home at least 4 different works of sculpture and clay art. Not a bad way to spend a kind of dreary winter day.
No.
Outside, inside, having some fun with art.
Exactly, and we're still going to have some light showers and light snow showers sticking around tonight and tomorrow. Not a huge deal. High temp at 37, some flurries on Thursday, a high temp right around 40.
Final sports note.
KU playing the bowl game. I mean, you don't say that very often when it comes to football. But KU, they get the win tonight. First bowl win since the Orange Bowl in 2007.
Wow, that would be something. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.